A lady recently came to me for Shalom Bayis. She's having difficulty with communicating with her husband. Serious fights. Recently, one night, she WhatsApped me and said, "Rabbi, prepare the papers. That's it, I'm done." I recently had also another lady actually texted me. She said, I just got into a fight with my husband, and I want to know where I could download the get. So, Baruch Hashem, for I said, I don't think you're holding by get, and get usually costs about $1,200. You don't download it from the internet. But the first lady that I mentioned, so she told me, I said, so, when I speak to my husband, he complains. I said, what's the problem? So she said, look, he complains that when he speaks to me, I'm texting someone else. I said, lady, if I wanted to speak to my wife, and each time I spoke to my wife, she's texting someone else, I would also go crazy. So I asked her, I said, turn off the phone, make times. The phone should be on an hour and a half in the morning, an hour and a half in the afternoon, an hour and a half in the evening. I said, this is not a lady that's running any big companies. There's no big shilas coming to this lady. She doesn't work. Good meaning lady, but has friends, family that are calling her from all over the world, but nothing that's going to be life-shattering. She said, I can't turn off the phone. Phone doesn't go off. Impossible. I said, you're enslaved. I said, you're a shifcha. I didn't mean it in a derogatory term. I said, you know what? We are all enslaved. In this generation, we're all enslaved by the phone. And maybe she listened a little bit, maybe something went in. It is so difficult. We are all challenged with addictions in some level. And one of those addictions is the phone. I will tell you a personal story. I remember I said, I'm going to MTA. I want to be on the basketball team. I want to play in the Madison Square Garden. So, there's great stories about my Madison Square Garden experience. But in truth, when I was leaving this yeshiva ITT, there was one Rabbi, and he was running after the car. I was in the car with my mom, and I really was determined. I'm going for 11th and 12th grade to MTA. I want to play basketball. And he was screaming and begging me, please, go to Baltimore Yeshiva. Spend your time in Yeshiva. Throw yourself into the learning. And I was listening, but I couldn't listen. So I told him one thing, and I didn't. My story isn't, I had to wait till I went to Israel to finally come back and see reality and be able to pull out of the bubble of what I was involved in. But what I learned from that so many times, there's a Rebbe, there's a mashpia, there's someone that's calling out, that's putting out his hand. Grab it. I have someone that comes to me. I have a few Baruch Hashem Talmidim. And one of them, quite on a serious, of any time you'll see that he falls, he comes to me. Like the Rav Nachman says, there's a concept called vidui, lifnei Talmid Chacham. He comes and he says, Rabbi, I fell. And then he gets back. Because all of us fall. We're gonna fall, no matter what the addiction is. But we have to have someone that we go and we connect to and he helps us and gives us a hand. And when he's pulling out the hand and he's saying, try this. I had to convince this person about trying this and that. Follow it. And then when we give a siyata dishmai that we should be mitzliach.
Thank you for listening to the Guard Your Eyes Daily Chizuk broadcast. Pass them on to your friends and help spread Kedusha in the world.